Good afternoon. Breaking news coming from Sokoto State has left many Nigerians talking, and honestly, this story is one that will make you sit up and pay very close attention. We are hearing reports that inmates inside a prison facility in Sokoto have done something absolutely shocking. They have declared Nnamdi Kanu as their president. Yes, you heard that correctly. Inmates in a Nigerian prison have reportedly made this bold declaration, and the entire nation is buzzing with reactions and questions about what this means and why it happened. Now, before we go any further, let me tell you exactly what we know so far. According to reports circulating online and confirmed by multiple news sources, prisoners inside this Sokoto facility decided to make their voices heard in a very unusual way. They gathered together and declared that Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, commonly known as IPOB, is their president. Not the president of Nigeria, but their president. This is a statement that carries a lot of weight, especially considering where it came from and the timing of it all. For those who might not be familiar with who Nnamdi Kanu is, let me give you a quick background. Nnamdi Kanu is a British-Nigerian political activist who founded and leads IPOB, a group that has been advocating for the independence of Biafra from Nigeria. Kanu has been a controversial figure for many years now. He was arrested and detained by Nigerian authorities, and his case has been in and out of courts for a very long time. His supporters see him as a freedom fighter, someone standing up for the rights of the Igbo people and pushing for self-determination. On the other hand, the Nigerian government and many others view him and his organization as a threat to national unity and security. IPOB was even labeled as a terrorist organization by the Nigerian government back in 2017, though this classification has been debated and challenged many times. So when you hear that inmates in a prison far up north in Sokoto State are declaring Kanu as their president, you can imagine the shock and confusion this has caused. Sokoto is in the northwestern part of Nigeria, far removed from the southeastern region where Kanu's support base is traditionally strongest. This makes the whole situation even more intriguing. Why would inmates in Sokoto, of all places, make such a declaration? What is driving this kind of bold statement from behind bars? According to the reports, the inmates made this declaration openly within the prison walls. Now, we do not have all the details yet about exactly how many inmates were involved or what specific conditions led to this moment. But what we do know is that this is not just a random act. This is a coordinated statement, and it speaks volumes about the sentiments and frustrations that might be brewing inside Nigerian prisons. It also raises serious questions about the influence that Nnamdi Kanu and his movement have across different parts of the country, even in regions where you would not traditionally expect to see such strong support. Think about it for a moment. Prisons are supposed to be places where people are isolated from the outside world, where they serve their sentences and are kept away from influencing or being influenced by external political movements. But here we are, hearing that inmates have found a way to express their political opinions so loudly that it has become national news. This tells us something very important about the state of things in Nigeria right now. It tells us that the issues Kanu and IPOB have been raising, issues about governance, fairness, justice, and the treatment of citizens are resonating with people in ways that go beyond ethnic or regional lines. Now, this is not the first time we have seen unusual displays of support for Nnamdi Kanu. Over the years, his followers have organized protests, sit-at-homes, and all kinds of demonstrations to demand his release and to push for the Biafran cause. But this particular incident, happening inside a prison and happening in Sokoto, is something entirely different. It shows that the conversation around Kanu and what he represents has reached corners of Nigeria that many people did not expect. And if you are enjoying this story and you want to stay updated on all the latest news and gist happening across Nigeria, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you never miss any of our updates. We bring you the real stories, the ones that matter, and we break them down in a way that makes sense to everyone. Now, let us talk about the reactions to this news. As you can imagine, Nigerians on social media have had a field day with this story. Some people are shocked, some are amused, and others are deeply concerned. On one side, you have those who see this as a sign that Kanu's message is spreading and that more Nigerians, regardless of where they come from, are beginning to question the current state of governance and leadership in the country. These people argue that if inmates in a northern prison are declaring Kanu as their president, then it means the frustrations with the Nigerian government are universal. They believe this is a wake-up call for leaders to start addressing the real issues affecting ordinary citizens. On the other side, you have those who are worried about what this means for national security and unity. They argue that if Kanu's influence can reach into prisons and inspire this kind of bold declaration, then it means his movement is more organized and more widespread than many people realized. They are concerned that this could lead to more unrest and more divisions within the country. Some are even calling for stronger measures to be taken to prevent the spread of what they see as separatist ideology. But beyond the political and security concerns, there is something else we need to talk about, and that is the condition of Nigerian prisons and the people inside them. Prisons in Nigeria have long been criticized for being overcrowded, underfunded, and sometimes inhumane. Many inmates spend years waiting for trials that never seem to come. Some are forgotten by the system entirely. So when you hear that inmates are making bold political statements like declaring someone as their president, you have to wonder what kind of desperation and frustration they are feeling. Are they simply expressing support for Kanu? Or are they crying out for attention to their own situations? Are they saying that they feel abandoned by the Nigerian government and that they see Kanu as someone who actually speaks to their pain and their struggles? These are the kinds of questions that this incident forces us to ask. And these are the conversations that need to be happening right now. Not just among politicians and activists, but among everyday Nigerians who care about the future of this country. Because whether you support Kanu or not, whether you believe in the Biafran cause or not, the fact remains that there are real grievances that people are expressing. And when those grievances are coming from inside the prison walls, in a state far from the usual centers of pro-Biafra activism, then it is clear that something bigger is going on. Now, what happens next is anyone's guess. Will the prison authorities investigate how this declaration was made and who was involved? Will this lead to more restrictions and crackdowns within the prison system? Or will this incident spark a larger conversation about why so many Nigerians from different backgrounds and regions seem to be rallying around figures like Nnamdi Kanu? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, this story is not going away anytime soon, and it is going to keep people talking for weeks, maybe even months to come. And speaking of conversations, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this whole situation? Do you think this declaration by inmates in Sokoto is a sign of something deeper happening in Nigeria? Do you think it shows that Kanu's influence is growing? Or do you think this is just an isolated incident that will blow over? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Let us have a real discussion about this because your voice matters, and I want to know where you stand on this issue. Before we wrap up, let me also remind you that if you have not already liked this video, please go ahead and do that now. It really helps the channel grow, and it lets me know that you appreciate the content we are putting out. And of course, subscribe if you have not done so already. We are here to bring you the news that matters, the stories that make you think, and the gist that keeps you informed and entertained. This story about inmates declaring Kanu as their president inside Sokoto prisons is one that highlights so many issues at once. It is about politics. It is about justice. It is about the state of our prison system. And it is about the deep frustrations that many Nigerians are feeling right now. Whether you see Kanu as a hero or as a troublemaker, whether you support his cause or oppose it, this incident shows that his message is reaching people in unexpected places. And that alone is worth paying attention to. As we continue to follow this story and see how it develops, I encourage you to stay informed, stay engaged, and keep asking questions. Do not just take everything you hear at face value. Look deeper, think critically, and make up your own mind about what is really going on in this country. That is what being an informed citizen is all about. So once again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you share this video with your friends and family so they can stay informed as well. And remember, we are all in this together. Nigeria is our country, and the more we understand what is happening around us, the better equipped we are to make positive changes. I will see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay informed, and keep the conversation going.